can do a little flip through of this. Here's the finished project. I did add a little sentiment out of some stickers that someone gave me that had little sentiments on them. It says, "Let your art blossom." Here's the front, and here's the back. Oops. And we'll go inside. Is our expanding little, you'd use this for ephemera too. You could use it for whatever you want. Let me widen out to open it up, and then I'll come back in. But when we open it up, we've got a pocket here. I think if I do it 2 at a time, I can probably keep it in pretty good. I've got a little pocket, and in this, what I did is I chose to put like 4 of everything in here, which that's a lot because there are, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, there are 9 sections, so that's a lot of paper, you know, a lot of things. So sometimes I'll add a little tag or something like this and do a little, just a little bird watercolor or something. So I've got some dyed tags in this one. And in this one, with our dragonfly, I have some parchment paper. And again, just to show you how I've attached this. Now there's a couple of them that have more sheets because this paper is really thin. I just didn't want to bulk it up too much. So what I did was use one of the Tracie Fox Specimen labels, clipped the paper clip onto it, glued it down, and then I can just stick my paper in there. Used another Specimen label to keep the fly sheet closed. And the fly sheet just serves as, well, it's pretty, decorative, but it also serves to keep your paper clean. You don't want your paper getting, you know, yucky. So that is what that is for. And then you just tuck this under there. And that's our first section with our little frogs, little watercolor, and some collage, and our dragonfly. And then I have the turtle and his mushrooms. Oh, sorry, I moved that too quick. I could see that blurred a little bit. And the little birds. And in this one, what's in there? Oh, I didn't put anything. Well, guess what? I got an empty pocket. I'll put something in there. I didn't realize I didn't stick anything in that pocket. Okay, and in this one, I have tea bags, because sometimes I like to sketch and watercolor paint on the tea bags. And what I did here was just take a little piece of cardstock and fold it over, because the tea bags are very thin and they would tear under this paper clip. But they're all in the exact same way. I just use different tags there. So this just goes under to serve as to not tear the tea bags up. And then this just goes under there. Whoops, let's get those in there straight. Then we have some larger tags here, just to do something with. We've got the butterfly and the bunny. You can see those. And in the bunny we have sheet music and book pages, and there's more of these in here. These I love to do little practice faces just real quick with gesso and just white gesso and a little charcoal pencil. And so those are fun to do little sketches on that can be added to something. So I did put a few more of those in there. Then if we flip her over and go to the back, we have the deer. Sorry, that was catching. We have the deer. And I did leave all the threads and leave all the little strings and things hanging out. If I decide I don't like that, I can always clip them off. But we have our deer and our little nuthatch. And in the deer, I have some cardstock that is eco-dyed, so there's some pieces of that. And in the bird, I've got some, this is another one that was thin. This is just some tea-dyed paper, just normal, like copy-ish type paper. And what I'll do is on some of these, I'll just add, I'll just have a little thing of clear gesso, and I can add clear gesso that makes these perfectly paintable without the paper, you know, disintegrating or anything. So, and then we have the squirrel and the fox. There's a little squirrel, and there's the fox. And in the squirrel, I have just watercolor paper. And I think that's what I'll put in that other pocket. I think I'll go back and put some more watercolor paper in the other pocket. And then in the fox, I have some little, I found these little bags, and I thought these would be fun to paint on. Just some little plain bags that could be included in a journal. So I thought those would be fun. So I put those little bags in there. But it just is really things that that are small enough to do quickly and do a little project. Then I saved these two. Let's see, where are they? Where are the top pockets? Okay, here's one. And you can't really see in there, but I've just folded in the two top pockets that I opened up in here. I just folded up a paper towel because I always need like a paper towel to blot my brush on. So I just put a couple paper towels in here, and I'm going to go back and fill that one pocket. I just somehow missed that. But that's the whole project right there. I'll widen out and see if we can stretch it all out. And it takes up relatively little space, and I have really a lot of pockets and tucks and things. And you could even do this and make it into a journal if you wanted to. You could just adapt it to whatever you need. So anyway, and you could add some beads or, you know, whatever you want to do with the project. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it gives you some ideas for your own art making or art taking. And I thank you for joining me, and I will see you around the studio.